Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Oshi no Ko Season 2, Episode 10. So, real quick before we talk about the episode, I want to remind you guys that since we're coming up to the end of this until Season 3 comes out, assuming there is going to be one, we have a poll going on. The link will be in the description below. I actually just recorded the video for it, but it also should have been in the last video too. I think I talked about it. I just now recorded, and I'll just go back and add it. But anyway, yeah, so check that out if you want to vote. It's on my Patreon, which it is completely free to vote. You do not need to pay me anything. All you need is a Patreon account, and that is so simply so that people don't just create new tabs over and over again and just vote 100 times, you know? So that way, I guess you could make a bunch of Patreon accounts if you wanted to vote a bunch of times. If you're that committed, then go for it, you know? But yeah, I guess I probably shouldn't give you guys ideas. But anyway, you just need a Patreon account completely free to sign up, and then you can vote on that poll. So help me pick what replaces this show. I very much appreciate it, guys. And let's talk about what happened last time. We had kind of a wrap up to the play and getting some people's thoughts on things and all that. It was really good. I really loved that whole little like play arc we had for the majority of the season. I'm really curious what we do with the last 4 episodes, counting this one. Obviously, the end of the episode revealed that Himekawa. I did look up the name right before I started recording this because I wanted to make sure I talked in the discussion of last episode of how I've never been good with that character's name, and I wasn't sure if that was him or if Himekawa was like one of the directors or something, and I made a mistake. I kept calling him Himekawa in the last episode regardless, and it turns out I was right, luckily, thank God. And yeah, but we found out that Himekawa and Aqua share a dad, and Ruby as well. So I'm really curious as to what that means. What does Himekawa know, and how does he react to this news? Because we kind of had Aqua drop it, and then the episode ended. So let's jump into it and find out, because I want to see. We're gonna start here, guys, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Into the opening as per usual. Oh, I. You know, I absolutely love season one's opening, probably still more than I like this one, at least song wise. But uh this one has grown on me. I do like the song, you know? I in the audience watching. Okay. Picking up right there. Hmm. They don't look it at all, but just change location again. Okay. Where he's gonna stab you. Kidding, of course. Is a one happy drunk guy. Oh. Damn. Oh. Okay. So he's okay with talking about. Yeah. Obviously, Eyes was very secret. Hmm. Is it really? Does that make sense, though? Yeah. How does that work age wise? Hmm. I'm gonna have to go back and get that name. I was too enthralled in watching to write it down. Ah. At least got the last name anyway, since they said it a second time. Been very helpful and not. I was wondering if you'd be angry at all that he ran his DNA. Oh, yeah. That'd be gross. Look at our little sleepy outfit. Anime characters in pajamas always look so comfy. Although I pretty much always wear pajamas, so unless it's something really important. Uh, yeah, he can't. He's probably not gonna say. I've got one weird brother. Yeah, because he has a half sister too. No, there's. That's like the whole premise. There's gotta be something. There's gotta be some. I mean, that'd be crazy if this was true, you know? If this was it, the end of his, like, attempted revenge. But. Oh, where did Akane go? She probably had to muster up the courage to do that. Oh, got some stuff from Akane? Oh, no. You get so many caring people in your life. Uh, yeah. I don't think so. Oh, wow. Is it actually gonna be gone, or was that just symbolism? It is! Holy shit. I mean, the whole star thing is symbolism anyway, but Oh, damn. Oh, wow. Look at frickin' they're one at the tippity top, the one in the mask. What? Pion? Something like that. No. Yeah. Damn. Hmm. I feel like Ruby is just like, let's do it. Yeah. Yep. Let's get filming. Wait, what was that censoring? What? Is that like censoring? Is that them censoring brands because they're not like sponsored by them or whatever? Hmm. Come on, Ruby. Hmm. What an unpleasant reality. Hi, hi. What's going on with Ruby? She's not as cheery as she has been. What is her room like? Oh, just covered in eye. Ooh, that was interesting. Hmm. I mean, he's probably right in the next room. You could go ask him. She still thinks about him, though. I don't see why she can't have it. I guess most people don't idolize an idol that's dead, so maybe it's weird. Uh, she tried to reach out to Aqua's previous life, right? I think that was his old name. Oh. I mean, he is, but it's not from where you think. I wonder when they're gonna find out. PA on. There it is, yeah. Hmm. Oh, okay. Cool. Let's go film a music video. It's always on her mind. Oh, 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 oh! Oh my god. Oh, wait. Is it somehow gonna be where Aqua was from before? When they said the location, we saw a brief look at both the sisters, or the siblings. Ooh. Okay. Oh. He's forgot. Yeah, he already forgot that it's over. He, like, went off on it on instinct. It's crazy that, like, right after the play, we have this, like, where he goes through these emotions of, like, using it for revenge and channeling it. Now it's, like, just all gone. Her face. Ruby. Oh, there's our Ruby. Hmm. Only 5 years left. Those are malicious death blows. Oh. I wonder if he's ever going to come back into the picture. He's going to took off after Aya's death, right? Oh no, writer's block. No, at least he's putting his all into it, though. 45. Hmm. Fresh start. Challenge. Second start. Hmm. Big shot syndrome? Hmm. Damn. I'm gonna get a call from Ruby. Hmm. Of course. Give him some, like, image to the... Or get his motivation pumping again. I don't know if it would help writing a song to visualize who'd be singing it, right? Maybe. If he hadn't. There's interesting imagery, though. Or just, you know, motivating him by talking about his past projects. Sometimes people's passion can be contagious, too. No. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just by knowing who they're creating for. Let's go. Alright. Another Tokyo Blade run through. Concluded its run. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, well, what's next for you there, buddy? What? Oh, Kana. You are too much. It is, isn't it? Damn, I had that theory and then just dismissed it right after because they just said nothing. Whoa, 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 what? What? Who? Why? What? What? Who's that kid? Alright, well. That was an interesting episode. I mean, we have Aqua in just a state of pure, like... I don't know if I want to say emptiness, because he's still like happy thinking about the future and stuff like that, but he's just not sure what to do next after hearing about supposedly his dad's death. Now, I said it during the reaction, I'm gonna say it again. I don't believe it. Um, I mean, the whole premise, we had that big long first episode, and the whole premise of the show after that was this revenge. I mean, I think the show stands on its own feet without Aqua's revenge. I don't think we need it in the story. If they decided to do away with it, cool, that's life. Sometimes the things that you care about the most can just suddenly be upended, and then those feelings change. And I think this could be a really cool representation of that. But stereotypically in anime, when the main character has those kind of dreams, or motivations, usually they don't just erase them 4 episodes before a finale. I have a feeling we might see Aqua for a few episodes without this burden. That is it, by the way, guys, for episode 10. Yes, that's the number. But yeah, I think there's a good chance that we have Aqua without this burden and see what he's like and see how he changes and opens up to the world, the people around him, and things like that now that he doesn't just have revenge on his mind, you know? And then I think it could very well be the last episode of the season will be in some way he finds out that that wasn't actually his dad, or that is his dad somehow and like he faked his death. I don't know. Some like crazy shit, right? But we'll have to wait and see. Uh okay, the drama serial. This happened when I was 5 or so. Okay, I did miss that line. So he's like 20, right? I think Himekawa. I think they said he's 20, and I think they just said in this episode that he's Aqua's 17, right? So uh, that means that it would line up that his dad could have gotten Ai pregnant. I mean, they would have. Himekawa would have said something when he said I'm 17. He would have been like, "Oh, my dad was dead before you were born." But I'm thinking that Himekawa thinks this is his dad, but it's not, right? Like maybe the not to bash the actress. I mean, it's a fake actress in a TV in a anime, but maybe she slept around, right? Maybe they thought that the father was the one that slept around to make up for his like lack of acting skills, but maybe it's Himekawa's mom that slept around and slept with whoever is actually Aqua's dad. So this happened when I was 5 or so. Okay, hold on. My visuals are like, my episode did not like skipping around. Okay, 1 second. Let's see here. This happened when I was 5 or so. Okay, bodies of married couple found in apparent double suicide at a cottage in Karazawa. A man and a woman showing no vital signs were found. They were taken to a hospital where their deaths were confirmed. According to a statement from Nagano Prefecture Police, the deceased are actress Irai Himekawa and fellow actor Suejiro Uehara. Let me write those names down real fast, because I got Uehara, but I didn't get the other Seijiro. And then Irie Himekawa. Okay, Got it. Sorry, I just want to have those down in case they mention them again and I forget because I have a bad memory, and in the future at some point I'm like, wait, that those names sound familiar, and I go up to find out, realize what it is. But okay. Died in a lover suicide with her husband. Your father is Suijiro Urahara. He was a struggling actor. Yeah, okay, I did get this. Double suicide. They say age right here, right? He's already dead. I think he says it right here. How old are you? Yeah, how old are you again? 17? Our father was already married before you were born. So, okay. Yeah, so it just means that he slept with someone else, right? So yeah, I'm really curious what's going on there. It's not a satisfying conclusion for me, so I feel like it's not something that would be written like that. Even if, I mean, maybe it is his dad, or I don't know, or maybe somehow this was all orchestrated. Like maybe somehow his dad is really like nefarious. Did he somehow have those two killed? Right? Like to somehow, I don't know why. I'm trying to think of why he would, right? Because like if he knows that he's the father of Taiki here, right? Um did he try to get the mom killed with that guy to make it seem like that was his father and everything? And since they're dead now, and this lover's suicide supposedly, that that like it wouldn't tie back to him in some way. But the only reason I could think that he would do that is if like he somehow predicted that one of his kids that he's had would come back like and try to find him when they're older, and this would like cover his tracks. But like I can't imagine someone thinking that way, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I don't know why his father would go and kill these two or whatever, orchestrate their deaths, even if he didn't do it with his own hands, you know? Kind of like how he sent the stalkers after and things like that. But yeah, so either way, interesting. I'm really curious to see where that goes because, like I said, I feel like it's not done, but I do like the idea of seeing Aqua without this revenge burden on him and see what he's like. And then it's going to be kind of sad when it reignites in him because it's like, oh, he could have been, at peace and stuff like that. But anyway, we had a good chunk of Bikomachi stuff this episode, them talking about their YouTube channel, which is always funny as someone making content on YouTube. Granted, I'm not a big channel, so it's funny when they're talking about like the top, or like 75% of channels are under 1,000 subscribers, and the top 25% are the ones that are like ruling the wealth, and just kind of like making a statement about that. But then even though they have like 20,000 subscribers, they're still only making like 100,000 a month, which they said after paying editors and the fee that goes to the like Strawberry Productions, I'm guessing is who they're talking about. It seems like they only get like pocket change essentially, so they're not doing good financially, but they're working on a music video and an original song from someone who has written Bikomachi songs before. I really like that whole scene with him being kind of like, them talking about how he's kind of like washed up, getting older, losing a lot of his passion, but kind of, the idea of seeing who you're writing for and also seeing the passion that is in, like, because passion can be contagious. Like, I've been motivated to do things by watching other people do things, even anime characters sometimes. Like, every now and then I like go and rewatch Hajime no Ippo because I love that show. And when Ippo gets into like his like first gets into boxing and like really starts training and exercising, it makes me want to train and exercise and try to like, work on my body and everything as well. Granted, that feeling fades unfortunately, and then I'm just still a fat plump of a man. But yeah, so it was just cool having that passion extend to him and seeing what he's gonna do with it now. He said, like, let's write a masterpiece. So I wonder if he'll write, you know, something really good for Bikamachi. And we have Ruby being very impatient here this episode, wanting to kick her career off because there's only so much time you can be an idol. So, but to talk about Ruby a little bit, there was a lot of kind of moments where, like, normally Ruby is like hyperactive, cheery, and everything, but there were a lot of moments where she wasn't really smiling and stuff like that as much as she usually does. So I wonder what was going on in her mind. And it was even before they mentioned the room tour. Like, she also was that way when they mentioned the room tour because of all of her eye posters and she didn't know what to do with them. I can understand her being conflicted, and that's why she was that way. But I feel like it was even before that she seemed conflicted. So I wonder what's been going on in her mind and stuff. So, but but yeah. Uh, Also, that was their we got Aqua making a mention of where they're going, but we haven't had her make a mention of where they're going because they were in the same hospital, right? He was a doctor, she was a patient, so she's gonna be aware of going back to where she spent so much time in the hospital. I wonder how she'll feel about that too, and what her thoughts are. But going back to Ruby taking down her posters, I mean, I guess I kind of said it during the reaction. It's the only reason I can think of is like why she has to, right? But I guess it's just probably weird for someone to idolize an idol that isn't around anymore. Like, I think a lot of that idol culture is idolizing someone who is actively, being an idol and doing their thing. Which is interesting to me because, for me, like, I'm not big into that idol culture, so to me it's just music, and I know it's a lot more than that. But to me it's just music, and I listen to music of dead people all the time. So it's like, people who have passed away, and I still listen to their music. It's not like they have to be alive for me to enjoy their music, right? But it's just this idol culture is something different, and I gotta keep reminding myself of that. So I guess that's probably why it might spark some debate and stuff like that. Like, oh, she's obsessed with I. She's using the B Kamachi name. You know, she's like, I don't know. Like, maybe somehow people will make a connection to, oh, she's the daughter of I. I don't know, but yeah. So I suppose. Anyway, really good episode. I don't really have much more to say. I'm really excited to. I'd like to see this R&R trip. Kana was really funny with that. Of like, she went through this whole like fantasy in her mind of what this R&R trip could be like for her and Aqua's relationship and everything. I will say I dislike when Kana does have her own thing going for sure, 100%. And we just had a whole arc that wasn't really. I mean, Aqua was a catalyst to it, but it wasn't about Aqua, right? Sometimes anime characters, like the female characters, spend so much time just thinking about the boy they like, and I want the character to be more than that. And it does feel like Kana spends a lot of time thinking about Aqua. It's all Aqua this, Aqua that, and everything. Like, I want her to be her own person and everything, which she is. But there's episodes like this that almost make me forget that, even though we did just have an amazing arc with her during this play and everything. But yeah, it's just that. I mean, I guess they're young, she really likes them, and I guess it is realistic that when you're young and hell, even when you're older and you find that passion, someone you really care about, even if you're not in a relationship with them yet, you find yourself thinking about them a lot, So I guess it is realistic. I've been there too, where there's someone I like and I think about them a lot, So anyway, but yeah, so that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon, as I mentioned before, to vote, but also because you can get 2 episodes ahead of time right now. So if you want to see more from this and catch whatever is replacing this early, check that out through the early access tier. Patreon show tier has shows that aren't even released to YouTube yet. Things like Freerun, solo leveling, and I'm currently going through Dan at the moment. So check all that out if you want more content from me. Links in the description. There's even more on there too that I didn't just list. So as I said, links in the description popping up on the screen, and I'll see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.